Is it possible, though, to have a balance in life by having, what is it, the yin and the yang, the good, the bad, the suffering?
Yeah, sure. Now we have to do it because as long as we live in this world now, it's too late now to say I can avoid it altogether. Okay, so we have to accept suffering as a part of our yin-yang, balance of positive and negative. But nevertheless, we don't sow more for the future, first. Second, we don't sow suffering for our neighbors. Yeah, and also we will minimize our past, the result of our past actions by adding more strength of the positive spirit into our daily life by meditation, by thinking of God, the right way. Yes, everything has a way, actually.
Do you believe in the anima and the animus, the male spirit and the female spirit within each of us, and having a harmony and balance therein?
Yeah, that's what we call positive and negative force. Okay. Yes, female is supposed to be a negative force. Whatever is weak and slow or kind of inert, we call it negative. Or some people call it female, right? And other a little bit kind of outgoing and strong, we call it positive. Yeah. Many people call it different name. Yeah, like creative power, that is also called negative, actually. Some call it negative, some call it creative. The female energy, or the yin, is supposed to be the creative energy. Mm-hmm. But then it has a side effect, because when you are created, then you're supposed to be demolished one day. So, but in the whole, when it both balance, then we are in equilibrium with the universe, in harmony, and we don't have much suffering.
Do you believe that David Koresh of the Branch Davidians had anything to offer us? Might we have learned anything if we were ever to read his interpretation of the 7 seals, which he said he was working on?
I don't like to speak about a person who is already departed and in such a tragedy, bringing along many innocent souls, hundreds of innocent souls with him. But since you asked me, I have to tell you, he strayed too far. I think he has something wrong with his psychic order. And I didn't mean that we have done a good job, that we fall upon a small group of people with big arms and all this kind of thing. It was a mistake, it was a tragedy, but I didn't say Koresh is altogether right. He has a mental problem. Mm-hmm. It's very clear.
He was in no way for anyone to believe a living Christ or the living Christ as he claimed to be?
If a Christ is like that, for Christ's sake, I run away.
I believe you.
Yes.
Yes. In terms then of...
when you read all the interpretations, you must know this is not a balanced person who wrote this, or who believe in such nonsense. Is this is this worse than, I would say, worse than what you call, what? Superstition.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we hear of child abuse, and of course...
well, I don't talk about that because I don't know. I only answer to you about the interpretation that you have asked.
Oh, yes.
And according to that, it's a very imbalanced statement.
Yes.
Nothing's there for you. Nothing constructive to mankind.
Yes.
Yeah? So then it's no good.
Oh, absolutely.
Yes. And I don't know whether child abuse or anything else like that. I don't talk about it because I'm not there. I just talk about what I see, and what I see is no good.
Yes.
Everyone can say that.
Yeah.
Even a child can see that it's no good. It's very imbalanced. It's nonsense.
I was going to proceed on to perhaps another question. We
Yeah.
do hear so much about child abuse, and of course that was referred to the Branch Davidians.
Okay.
But in terms of us as a society abusing our children sexually, physically with the violence, and also emotionally, how should we regard children? We've basically touched on children and how innocent and free they are, but what would you have to say about abusing children and mistreating them and not giving them the environment to develop into their highest selves?
Well, fortunately, this is not many. Even though sometimes we read it frequently, on newspaper or hear it on the news, but it's, even though as frequently as it is, it's just an individual case repeatedly, so it looks a lot. But actually our society is still okay, still clean. Well, you can't help if some people have mental disturbance and they don't know it. If they know it, they would go to a psychiatrist or treat themselves, you see? So these we can just look upon as a disaster, accident into some of the individual lives in which they cannot grow out of it, cannot help themselves, or the time has not come for them to realize their mistake, okay? Besides, when we talk a little bit deeper, then there are many things contribute to these crimes you call crime, as well as many other disasters. Is there is a root cause for all this retribution. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So no one is truly as innocent as we think, except God is innocent, except our soul is absolutely innocent. But we collect so many not innocent information with which we live and through which we grow and with which we die. And we bring it back again and again until we're fed up with it, until we learn to grow out of it. So that's the negative side of life. And fortunately, we don't have that many,
Yes.
I think.
And is that the purpose of reincarnation, to return and to conduct unfinished spiritual business with God or with ourselves?
Right. Until we find the right way, the right purpose of our life in the universal plan, we always are miserable because we will be doing wrong. We don't do it exactly the way it's planned. Therefore, of course, it's chaotic. So we have to come back and redo it until we touch the right button. Yeah, so we're satisfied. That's the way, that's when we are enlightened. We find God and then daily nourishing this knowledge of enlightenment until we're completely sure and discover all the things that we have to discover. Yes, so we don't have to come back again. And we can come back as teacher, spiritual guide.
I was reading that at one time you did have a circle of disciples and that you moved beyond that because you believed that anyone could be a master. Might you explain, do you still have disciples in terms of the ones that work and study closest to you?
Well, I can't avoid it anymore. People force me to be their teacher. And if that serve their life for the better, of course I will have to do it. Yes? Willing or not willing. Yeah. Before, I was a little bit more innocent. I thought everybody is Buddha. Yes, and now I learned to be better. I learned that everyone is Buddha, okay. Everyone can be master. Everyone has master potential within themselves. But most of them are covered with all kind of dust and prejudices and misconception. Therefore, they can't be master. Not that they don't have the master quality. You know what I mean?
Yes.
For example, you and your sister both are beautiful, right? But one is made up and bath and do coiffure and wear elegant dress the way you do, and the other just cover himself in mud and run around on the floor all the time and eat nuts and throw dust upon herself. Okay? And you can't say that's a beautiful girl, even though she has a beautiful body and figure the way you do. Right?
Yes, I suppose.
Yes.
In terms then of many individuals comparing you with Mother Teresa.
Oh, do they?
They do.
I never heard of that. It's new.
Indeed.
It's new to me.
Where will you go in the coming weeks? The ones in the most immediate future, to actually do some good, to maybe work with someone who needs help in some fashion. Will you be traveling to Africa? Will you be traveling to Europe and, say, India even?
Oh, see. Mother Teresa, she's doing another kind of work. I have no desire to be compared with her.
Okay.
She is the most venerable woman that we know of. Yes, I'm more on spiritual issue.
Yes.
She's more on the immediate need. And whatever I help, for example, like you say, I donate money for flood or Philippines or America. This is just because it was in front of my eyes. and I happen to have the means to help, so I just do it. It's not our main focus. You know what I mean? Our main focus is to elevate the whole world altogether so that they don't ever have disaster again. Not to help disastrous people. But nevertheless, when people are there, hungry, cold, of course we do whatever we can immediately, even at our own sacrifice. Yeah? But the Mother Teresa, she's more concentrated on immediate physical help, right?
Yes, hands-on.
And we all respect her for all what she has sacrificed and done for mankind. And if somebody compare me to Mother Teresa, I'm very honored, but I don't know if it's appropriate.
I understand.
I don't know if I match up to her standard
You do good.
of charity. Yeah.
All right, you do well. In terms
Oh, I see. You asked me where I'm going next,
Yes.
right? You see, I just go. The plan is that I will leave tonight, go back to the LA, yes, to finish some of the work there, yes, and then I see what next. I am invited to San Jose for a radio interview and TV short and newspaper, all that, but I have not promised yet. I say, well, let me recover from from my sickness for a few days, and then I will answer you. So I don't know how to tell you now. And meanwhile, Taiwan, where I used to stay a great deal of years, and the most disciples, they are making noise. They also want me to go there. They send words and fax and say they arranging about 20,000 people's podium now, and waiting for me to come back and all that. I said, don't do anything yet. And many, some people want me to come back to Taiwan to have some award, you know, kind of World Peace Award like here. They're vying with America to give me awards. I don't know. I said I don't need it anymore. Once is enough. Just this morning, I told Tong Li, it's one of my 8, you know, very close. She told me that one of the organization in Taipei, very prestigious, wanted me to go back there to give me a lot of award, like I said, spiritual award and all kind of thing. I said, no, I don't need it anymore. Because why I came to America to get the awards, I told her. Just because maybe then I can show some affinity with American people and then draw them to spiritual awareness. That's why I came to the award, yeah? Otherwise, I don't come. I don't need these awards, and it's not necessary to have any awards at all whatsoever. But Taiwan, I have already been famous, and everybody knows me, and people are tending towards spiritual path now, so the awards are not necessary at all. So I don't consider to come there and get the awards. But everything is like that. Up to now, the immediate program are like that. I have not promised anything. You see what I mean? I don't promise Taiwan, and I don't promise San Jose in California. So I cannot tell you what I'm doing next. Mm-hmm. Yes, I will consider what is the most beneficial for mankind next, then I will accept that offering.
Will you render any more writings or a book which we might study day to day or go by?
Any of my book you can have. They are just casual talk, just like now, mm-hmm. All right? When I talk to people, and then my disciple transcribed it and printed it into books. It's easier, convenient when you carry it anywhere. Better than tapes and video. So any books you can have, and if you need any, if we have any translated, please offer it to her free of charge. Yeah? Please prepare any that we can have in English. Okay, yeah. You have it later.
Okay, but I'm saying too for individuals who want to follow you closely once you leave, mm-hmm. and to still have your writings there. Are you working on something new? We generally ask if there's something to look forward to from you.
I see. I don't actually do anything new. It's just I do what is necessary at that moment. For example, today I'm invited here, so I will, and then you would like so much to talk to me, yes. So I just give you the interview. And later people like to ask me something, then I talk to them. And all these things become new then.
Oh, I see.
Because it's not yesterday. That's what it is. I don't deliberately write any books or plan any new things. I have new music though, record.
Tell us about the new music.
No. I wrote some song. Talking from God's standpoint, not from human standpoint. Because most of us are writing song, even holy song, just writing from our own standpoint, never write from God's standpoint. We are just beggar all the time. Oh, please help me, please bless me, please this and that and other. I'm lost without you. Or he is a great one, he's that and others, you know. I'm writing this music all from God's standpoint, that God speaks to his children. Yes, so maybe something new. That's what you call new.
Will there be words or just
Yeah,
sound
words and music.
All
Yes,
right.
words and music.
That is excellent. Do you think we have very long to look forward to living on this earth? Are we ready for Armageddon? Are we ready for the end of the world with all the tragedies and world suffering that we're seeing?
I don't think we have that bad. Huh?
I don't know.
It's okay.
If you look in the Bible and if you listen to some
Chorus.
radicals, yes, you would think the world is coming to an
Well.
end at the end of this century or so.
Oh, the world ends every day.
Aha.
When everybody dies, that's the end to him. I guess for you, anyhow. No, it's okay. Since it's out, I think it's meant for you. I think it's meant for you, that's why it's out. I always give people things anyhow. You're not the only one, don't worry. Okay, that's it. Be careful, it might
All
come
right.
out.
Thank you very much.
Just
I think that's
crystal.
mighty generous.
Crystal, yeah.
Wonderful. I will cherish it.
It's no problem.
I don't know, some of the spiritual realities that were revealed to you in your studies in the Himalayas. In my constructing these questions, I was thinking about an audience out in Radio Land listening on a Sunday morning who might not be familiar with your teachings and who might want to become initiated and who might want to better understand the Kuan Yin method or the Kuan Yin route to spirituality.
So you mean I should talk about the inner realization?
Yes,
Okay.
please.
See, there are too many to talk about first because the universe is vast and it contains within ourselves. So I can only tell you a few. For example, like for an ordinary person to get enlightenment, you normally will see light and sound, light, different colors, or brilliance, sometimes more than 1,000 suns. And so some people we see less than that. Some people just see kind of moving black cloud or until sometimes, yeah, but very rare. Most people see immediate light from God. Light represent wisdom, represent the super consciousness, the light without shadows, the light that you don't see with your eyes, but you see with your inner awareness. Yes, so that is called enlightenment when you see that, and then you hear the sound, the silent sound from God, which bring you the message from heaven. And the more you hear that, even though without language, it's kind of like music, but without instruments. And you can't make out what it is. But it's so beautiful and melodious. It lifts you up above the mundane level of consciousness and bring you back to where you're supposed to be. And from that high standpoint, you direct your whole life into a more righteous direction. So, and then we clean all the mess and the entanglement that we don't see when we were too low here below. We see better when we are in higher. So to say higher doesn't mean we have a ladder or something. Just a higher in consciousness, in awareness, in intelligence. That we are back to the true source of wisdom, a true self which is godlike. We're back to God, which dwells within our holy temple here. See? So we truly recognize ourselves, who is who, and we stop occupying with all the habits and the knowledge that bind us from the outside. Yeah, and then the more you contemplate on this inner wisdom, the more you remember your real self, the wiser you become, and the more your life becomes smoother, and everything goes better, until you completely know a lot of things. Many things, or all things, and you become like omnipresent, omnipotent. And everyone who prays to you, in any corner of the universe, you will know. And you help them immediately, according to the situation, and according to what is benefit for that person. That is the highest achievement of a so-called master. Yes.
I heard many years ago that Kuan Yin, I received a statue from a little shop at
Right.
home in Buffalo. It said that Kuan Yin was the Japanese goddess of love and happiness or goodness and health, and I was confused as to how we might now have the Kuan Yin method and have it span numerous cultures and go beyond Japan.
Okay. Kuan Yin is not the goddess of Japan alone. It's a goddess of Japanese, of Chinese, of Vietnamese, of Indian, of Tibetan. They call different name. Okay. Avalokitesvara in India, and they call her Ching. Something in Tibet, I've forgotten. And when he became, when he's in India, is a he, and in Tibet is a he, and come to Japan and Chinese, Vietnamese become a she.
Yes.
So I don't know who that is. Anyhow, it's just a mythological figure, you know. Just she was one of the master of the past. It's like Moses or, you know, the past masters, ascended masters. And some people still, because when she was alive, when people prayed to her, she responded, you see? Therefore, and then only because when she was alive and all her disciples and non-disciples who were sincere, we had benefit from her presence and her blessing. And then people just continue like that even after she died. The same with Jesus, Buddha. That's why we don't have response so much, because all the master has ascended. And we have to pray to the living master. Supposed to do, yes. But then after a master died, people continue to pray because his grandfather prayed and it helped, so the grandchildren continue to pray and forgot the essence, that the blessing field, the magnetic field of the master is gone. You can pray to a master after he died a few hundred years, but not longer than 500 years. After that, no use, because his magnetic field is gone. And what caused the magnetic field is the devotee's heart. You see, his connected spiritually disciples are still stay a few generations after he died. You see, and their heart carry the magnetic field, the loving atmosphere of the master, because they still love the master. And they love the master, and they were already connected with master while the master was still alive, or at least a very advanced disciple while he was alive. Therefore, the living lineage, the living bloodline still continue after the master died and pass on to a few generations. That would be at the most 500 years. It because of the disciple. You know what I mean? Because the master is still living in the heart of the disciples. Therefore, his blessing and love are still there through the disciples. But after he's gone, the connection are gone, disciples are gone, and you don't have a good disciple, keep the lineage alive, you pray to that master, no good.
How do we begin to rid? How do we begin to rid ourselves of the materialism and all our accoutrements that might keep us further away from our spiritual self? How can we become more selfless and not want to have this and be this?
Yes. It's difficult if we water the plant from the leaves and not the root. You see, the basic of all these misunderstanding, ignorance, and greed are because it came from the root that we have not opened the power of understanding. Therefore, we misunderstand. And we think the money will make us happy. We seek in the truth, which is the eternal happiness. But then we misunderstand. We thought money will make us happy, or beautiful girls will make us happy. The true thing that makes us happy, that we seek for, is the true happiness. It's the truth. It's our real spiritual power, you know, the real God self, yeah? But because we don't know that, so we keep wanting this and that and others. But as soon as your understanding power, your real source of understanding is open for you, then you understand differently. You say, this is what I want, not that. See, then all these things will fall apart. You don't need to do anything to it. Just like you water the plant or the root, and then all the leaves will be green. Yeah.
Are we to consider that we are on this earth to make a contribution as good human beings, as caring human beings, as loving creatures?
Yes, also, that is a side effect. But the most important is that because we are happy within ourselves, we satisfy. Only when you're satisfied, then you can satisfy others. Only when you know how to love yourself, you know how great you are, then you can make others great or respect the greatness of other people. Therefore, all the masters say, know yourself. Or seek you first the kingdom of God, which is within you. That means yourself. know yourself, or seek you in the kingdom of God, or seek the Holy Spirit which dwells within you. Know you not, you are the temple of God, and the Holy Spirit dwells within you. It's all the same thing. Or seek your Buddha nature, the highest Buddha nature. It's the same thing, honey. It's the same thing. Yes.
Will we see you in the company of the Pope? Have you had occasion to meet Pope John Paul?
I had no desire to meet him, but if I have to meet him, it's fine. I have not met him.
Mm-hmm.
I have no desire to meet anybody. I'm sorry, but I don't mean he's a holy man. He's a very nice person. But you asked me, I'm startled because I never thought about it.
Well, I saw in some of the literature that you were comparable to the Pope in the Asian world,
I
and I
see.
just didn't know in the effort
I
to
see.
make mankind and our
Understand.
human condition better, that maybe we could bring all the
that's
spiritual
good.
philosophers and teachers
yeah,
together and
that's
get
right.
the world in order.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Maybe you organize that.
Maybe not. That's about all the questions that I have for you, Supreme Master,
thank
at this
you.
point. I thank you for the audience here and, the time with you. I think that was extremely generous and kind of you.
It's all right.
Thank you.